welcome to the next episode of our road test with Tech on Toast. And today we're joined by Sarah Brooks from Tripleseat. Sarah, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. And today we're talking about Tripleseat. And I suppose before we get started, give us your best pitch for what Tripleseat does or is.
Sure. So I'm one of the regional sales managers for Tripleseat UK and Ireland. Tripleseat is the ultimate event management software. So we help hospitality venues automate, centralise and streamline all of their event operations.
Yeah, we speak to a lot of hotels and events venues actually through our tech stack work. And this will be really interesting for them. So let's get straight into it. I'll just pop your screen up for you.
Sure.
And talk us through what's here.
So what you should be able to see here is the Tripleseat inquiry form, which we give all of our customers, and we encourage them to embed this inquiry form into their website to capture those lead inquiries. Now, there's 4 reasons we really encourage our customers to use this inquiry. First of all, it's actually linked to the Tripleseat software, so any new lead inquiries will drop into the software itself. Secondly, it can also be embedded and integrated into their social media platforms, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. Another really great way to pick up those additional leads. And then thirdly, it also integrates directly into Constant Contact, MailChimp, and Fishbowl marketing platforms if you use them as well. And then fourthly, you can embed the inquiry form into multiple areas of your website. The inquiry form itself stays the same. However, each and every time someone submits an inquiry, they'll get an automatic response from the venue that can include pictures, attachments. The idea is that we encourage the venues to get people excited about their event at the venue. And also it means that you're 70% more likely to win the business if you're one of the first venues to get back. But if you have multiple spaces, areas, rooms, or just different spends per event type, each of those will require a different automatic response. So we'd encourage you to embed this inquiry and then change the automatic response accordingly to that.
Wow. I mean, it's slick, isn't it? I mean, the integrations are key, right? Especially into MailChimp and stuff like that, being able to kind of keep your CRM rocking alongside you when you're gathering information.
This is where a lot of our customers will see a big return on their investment with Tripleseat. At the moment, probably a lot of venues don't have an inquiry form on their website, and those leads are dropping into a inbox where there's lots of other things flowing into that inbox as well, multiple stakeholders managing that inbox. So leads can slip through the net, and ultimately that's potential lost revenue. So with this lead form, it means that no leads can slip through the net. It's gathering the information you need, and you know that your customer is going to be getting the response they should be getting according to what they're inquiring about.
Okay, the lead form looks brilliant. That's really helpful. The next feature we're going to share is something called a shared calendar. Is that right?
It is, yes. So on Tripleseat, you have a shared calendar, a shared space where multiple people can access and see what's happening within your events business. So what you'll see along the top here is that you can actually filter out your view, however you prefer to view the calendar there. You can obviously filter out by month, year, etc. here. And you're also able to use this drop down filter button here to view exactly what it is that you want to see. So you might want to see all types of events that you have in the system here. So we're going to be looking at definite, tentative, prospect and pending. And this will give you a really good overview of what you have coming up in the coming month. You can also get super granular with it as well. So if you want to be able to just view, say, 2 areas within your business, you can simply apply that filter button, and then only main bar and dining room bookings will show, and according to their status as well. If we actually remove these here, we just want to view those definite events. If you want to actually as well, say you're an event manager, sales manager, and you have a team working with you, if you wanted to see any of the bookings that any of your team members are booking, you can filter out according to your team member here as well. If you do operate different event styles, perhaps you're a business that also offers full service catering, pickup or drop off catering as well, you can filter out by that event style here too. So you can get really granular with this calendar here.
It's great. I was going to say the detail on that enables you. I suppose it's the planning, isn't it? Especially when you're running a lot of events.
Definitely. And the beauty of this calendar as well is that you can actually click onto any of those events and actually gain any of the documents that you need from here. So everyone on the platform will have specific user permission levels. So if you're, say, within the kitchen, you might at this point only be able to see the kitchen sheet. But what it does mean is that you can actually retrieve that kitchen sheet direct from the calendar. So you can either click it and have it up on your screen, or you can download it into a PDF and print it, however you work.
That's brilliant. And I work on Gmail. So we're just asking here, can I use Gmail calendar with this shared calendar? Because sometimes that's not possible with other features I've seen with other products.
Absolutely. So you're able to export this calendar down into your personal calendar or work calendar. So you're able to export it here into iCal, into Gmail, into Outlook, which means that you can actually view events that are booked via the Tripleseat platform on your Gmail calendar as well. We understand that not everyone has the time or wants to be on the Tripleseat platform constantly. And the kitchen team is a really great example of that. They're busy, they're moving around a lot. So they just want to use one function to get the document they need. So you can set the permission levels as well, that they're actually able to collect the document. So in this situation, the kitchen sheet from their Gmail calendar if they wanted as well.
That's great. I think it gives you like one source of truth, doesn't it? So like you can just see like straight on your phone wherever you are because hotels are big businesses, right? And other event venues are big, so they can just see what's going on straight away. I think it's brilliant.
Completely. And there's only so much you can do from a Gmail calendar. There's restrictions. So it doesn't mean that, people don't always have the most up-to-date information. And, I even speak to venues that have a calendar stuck to their office wall. That's it. It's a game changer for event managers. And when I'm speaking with event managers, this is a feature that they love. It's just that, bird's eye view of what's happening in their business. And it also, gives some accountability to other stakeholders and team members within the business to actually perhaps go and gain the document they need. It's not all the responsibility of the event manager anymore.
That's great. The shared calendar is fantastic. What I love about it is keeps communication really slick internally. But what about when you're talking to outside partners, so guests or people who've booked events? What do you use there?
Yeah, so typically with any event, it will always involve documentation, and a lot of the venues, the event managers I speak with are actually navigating, creating that documentation across multiple platforms, whether that's Microsoft Word, Excel, Google Drive, etc. But the idea of Tripleseat is this is an all-encompassing platform that can help automate that documentation process as well for them. So it saves them a lot of time. At the moment, we're saving our partners over 30 hours per month just in admin time alone, and the documents are part of that. So what the system will do is, say in this scenario here, this is a tentative booking. They still perhaps need to pay a deposit, but they also need to find out more information about their event. So I want to create a contract, an event order for them. I simply go onto the drop down there, click what document I'm looking to create, which will also trigger the system to create additional documents alongside that. The system pulls over all of that information, the idea being that I don't have to type anything, again, saving me time there. What we'll see here is multiple different menu options, which can be bespoke. It doesn't have to be venue hire or food. It might be a venue that doesn't operate any F&B. These are just examples, but we call them pick lists. And the idea is that you can click into any of those menus according to your business and add in any of those items that you need to build out those documents. Our onboarding team will upload these for the venue when they go through setup. They'll upload all the pricing. So all you need to tell the system simply is how much of each item you need, and it will do all the calculation for the event manager there. And again, as we know, there's allergies. They might have already said that there's a mushroom allergy. You might have previously agreed with them you're happy to do salmon. Everything's adjustable, pricing, item, etc. And this is where you're also able to communicate to your kitchen as well. So the kitchen notes section here could be something that you need to communicate with the kitchen. They collect their own sheets perhaps, or even that you send it to them, but you want to get across that there will be one vegetarian, for example, at the party. If you have floor plans of any of your areas, and maybe you create proposals to win the business, you can add in, perhaps how their event will look here as well. It's really nice to have. It's not essential, but if you do have it, it's great. And then this leads you to the billing widget. So, as with every event, it will come at a cost. So you'll need an invoice. So here you can see that it typically puts in those service charges automatically, VAT. Of course, any of these are adjustable at any time. You can add in additional rows. Perhaps you want to add in like a damage waiver. We build it around your business and how you operate as well. But what you can see is that there's a 500 minimum spend that I put in previously, and they have met that, but they haven't paid their £100 deposit as yet. And then the T's.
Can I do that online? Can I do that on the site? Can I take the deposit on the site?
Absolutely. When I show you the guest portal later, I'll show you how you can seamlessly take payments as well. So what you'll see here is T's and C's. These are not ours, they're the venues. Throughout the platform, you'll see templates, and we really encourage all of our partners to upload as many templates as possible. Not only does it keep communications uniform across the business, but it saves them heaps of time. And there might be different terms and conditions to different event styles or different rooms. So we'd encourage them to provide us those templates so we can upload them for them. And of course, everything is bespokeable as well, not affecting the ones embedded in the platform. And then if you just simply press save, you'll see that the system, off the back of the information I just input, has actually created all 8 of those documents that I need for this event here, which would then potentially lead me to want to share these documents with the guests as well. So we can come onto the guest portal as well a little bit later, and I can show you what that looks like. But at any point, you can pop into any of those documents if you just want to double check anything and view them here. And you can see any food that you've put in. Some layouts might differ, and we can be fairly bespoke with our documentation there as well. The onboarding team are experts in this and can advise accordingly. So yeah, it's a really, really great tool to save you heaps of time. I'm sure any event manager would agree that they would never be able to create all 8 of those documents in probably less than 20 seconds if I wasn't talking.
No, I love that. And I think it's key, isn't it? The whole point of tech, I always say, is just the automation of anything is to save time, right? To give time back to the person who's paying for it, and also to make the guest experience more seamless, which it looks like it does, right, with this system.
Absolutely.
So it was really interesting looking at the last platform, obviously, because we're looking at automating documents. And I asked that question actually about how you can, take deposits through the site. So can you share with us how you might be able to do that through the Tripleseat function?
Definitely. So you can actually take deposits directly from your guests via the guest portal, and I'll show you how to do that now. So typically with any event, you'll need to share documentation. So as you can see, some of these documents require signatures, and some have been signed, some haven't. But if we want to go ahead and share one of those documents, we simply press share. We ensure the contact's ticked or contacts. You can also share it with any of your internal team at the same time. Click next. Again, you provide us any of those email templates. You can keep that kind of communication consistent throughout the business. The system will pick up the who, the what, the where, and the when for you. So again, you don't really need to type unless you want to personalize something. You just click through what it is that you want to share with your guest and you press send. So they will get a notification to say that there's a notification about their event with you. They can, of course, reply via email if they prefer to use it that way, but at all times they're given the option to use their guest portal. So not only are we centralizing everything for you as a business onto one platform, but we are centralizing everything onto one page for your guest as well. So they can click through, view any of those documents that you've already shared with them. You can see that they've already signed one document here. They can, of course, just click into any of these at any time and just view them over again if they want to there. They can also see any prior discussions that you've had with them here as well. So again, they're not searching their inbox for that one thing that you said about their event. They can just pop onto the discussions tab and everything to do with their event is in one place. And then payments. So as we were discussing, you may require deposits or full payments up front, whatever it might be. But what they can do is that they can actually do a pay now button and they input their details there. And then once they hit processing, that then reflects in your payments platform here as processing. And when it hits your account, it will show as paid. As you can see, this has been paid manually. So there is other options because our integration partner is Stripe and you might not have a Stripe account, and that's absolutely fine. So you can mark off any payments as a manual. That might be backs, cash, check. You can do that there. You'll just need to keep an eye on when that drops into your account. And then equally, you can send payment links via the discussions tab as well. So there's multiple options there, but the guest portal is a really great way for them to keep tabs on their events, keep everything organized as well. You can set them tasks, and you might want to put nice reminders in that they need to pay their first deposit, second deposit, whatever it might be. But it works fantastically for corporates. They might have someone that's spinning a lot of plates. So just to have that one screen they can refer back to is great.
Yeah, again, a single point of truth, right? I mean, not just for you guys in terms of, for the operator, but also for the guest, which I think is crucial. This is brilliant because and the best thing I love about this is that actually, even though you might not go ahead with the booking, you still get the data, which is really valuable, and that can potentially integrate into one of the CRM platforms.
Absolutely. So as you can see on the platform here, we're collecting those contact details. So contacts are individuals, you or I, that go ahead and book our birthday or our baby shower in the venue. And then accounts are corporates or businesses, however you want to call them. Either of these, you will have obviously contacts that are linked to accounts, but it just means that what you can do at any point is you can click into them. You can see any previous bookings that they've had with you, any automated tasks that you might have associated with all contacts accounts as well. Any notes on them. There might be a VIP, for example, and the system will go as far as using the email address that they booked with to scrape social media. So you have a picture of your host when they come in as well. And if you do get a lot of, corporate business as well, this is great for you to kind of look at trends in their behaviors and financials as well. So first of all, you can see all of their prior bookings. If they come in regularly, perhaps you need to replicate them. You can do that super easily via the system. You can see all those contacts. So, you can update that as they go. Someone might move on or another person might come in and they're doing bookings on behalf of the business. So you'll have all your contacts there, as well as notes, associated tasks that you want for blanket accounts or this particular account specifically. But what's really interesting is that you can obviously see year-to-date revenues, all-time revenues, and forecasted revenues. So you can start to pull reports on your accounts and say, okay, we're coming to the end of the year. We want to look at our marketing plan for next year. And ultimately, we want to do a mail out to all of our highest corporate spenders because they're the ones that book most regularly and spend the most amount of money with us. So you're able to pull reports on that report button here on your, say, top 50 corporate accounts that you're working with, and then perhaps do a marketing campaign specifically to them as well. But the great thing is that data is so integral in every business now, and regardless whether that event went ahead or not, you're collecting data on the people that have shown an interest in your venue or even have events in your venue, and you can start tailoring your marketing campaigns according to that and use the data you're collecting. And of course, with our integrations with MailChimp, Constant Contact, and Fishbowl, you can use those platforms accordingly with our system too.
Yeah, I love it. And it's just a great way, isn't it, to nurture and grow relationships with like corporate accounts, especially when you're working cross-site or cross branches.
Absolutely. And you can share databases as well. So if you have a brand with multiple venues sitting under that brand, regardless if it's, a uniform brand or you have different brands under an umbrella brand, you can share those databases. So you can flick through and do mail campaigns across all 5 venues if you had 5, or just individual ones as well.
What about reporting? You just mentioned it there, actually, because you were talking about the fact that you can look at by account. You can look at, your best customers versus maybe who's churning and not spending as much money with you. Is that something you could pull off on reports?
Absolutely. So every field on Tripleseat you can report on. So you can look at your most typical reports, for example, an event details report here. It's probably one of the more popular ones. You can click into it at any point, but you may not want to see this particular information or all of this information on the screen. So you can customize your reports according to what you want to see, whether that's by owner, event style, area, status, financials. Perhaps you have some custom fields that we've built in for you that are specific to your business. So you can add in those filters and you really kind of filter out what you want to see. And if there is a report that does have filters on it and you need to access that every single day, then we'd encourage you to save that report. with those filters applied. So you can simply go on, name that report, click into it, and it's updated in real time according to what's happening on the platform as well. But this is a really good space as well. So if you have a separate finance team and you want to set them up as a user, they don't need access to the rest of the platform, but they do reports. You can just set it up that they're able to access the reporting function and gain any of those financial reports that they need to access, whether that's, overdue payments, payments made, outstanding payments. So that's just an example. That's a really good function for them. But for you, as we mentioned earlier, you can pull reports on your corporate accounts, their behaviors, their spending patterns, even to lead source. So maybe you use marketplace aggregators and you want to see, I'm paying a subscription for them. So I want to see which one's performing and which one's not. So I decide who I want to continue working with and who not.
Sorry, just had a question come in now asking how customized, I mean, you've gone through this a little bit, but how customizable are they to make business decisions? Because I always find reporting sometimes, when you're getting pushed standard reports down, if they're not relevant really to what you need to see, they just become useless. So I think you mentioned then you can customize them, can't you? And then save them so you've got your reports you love.
Absolutely. At any point, you can click into these reports, and it might be a case that you don't want to, every time it's a different customization. So you don't always have to save your report. You can just come in, and if you're happy to apply those filters according to what you see, you can do that. So you just simply click into the customization here, and you can click through any of these particular things that it is you wanted to view here. If you just wanted to look at tentative event bookings, you can do, and you can pick your timelines accordingly. Again, as I mentioned, custom fields, grouping and sorting. So you can get very granular with this. You may not need all of this information dependent on your role type. So your customizations might look different to your colleagues, for example, but at any point you can go in, save those reports, but also more importantly, export them into an Excel or CSV file. That works particularly well for the accounting side of things. Just download it into an Excel, and then you can seamlessly upload it into any of your accounting software as well.
I mean, the platform looks amazing, actually. I mean, it's the first time I've been through it properly. I really enjoyed it. And in terms of access, because obviously you've got different people on the road, people at desktop, what's the best way? Can we access it all that way, or is it become complex?
Sure. Well, it's web-based, so you can access anywhere, anytime, and it's phone friendly as well. Of course, as we mentioned, you will have users with different permission levels. So some users may have full access to the platform, including that settings part where they can really manage their platform autonomously without us. So if they need to upload new menus or change their opening times or add users, remove users, it just means that they can do that themselves. But you're going to have other people that won't have those accesses because they don't need it, and they only need particular access to certain areas of the platform as well. So I think what you'll see with Tripleseat is that it's super customizable according to your business. And the idea is that we want to, sit alongside your current operations. And we work really hard to do that. We work with such an array of venues, from stadiums to traditional restaurants, hotels, co-working spaces, members clubs, you name it, where you've got event space and there's some event operations and you're looking to increase revenues and really streamline those operations. That's what Tripleseat's for.
And that's what I love most about actually the fact that the flexibility and coming from an ops background, you never really want tech to get in the way. It needs to just sit alongside and kind of work with you, which is exactly what you just described. So if anybody is watching and they want to find out more, Sarah, can they spam you? What's the best way to get in touch with Tripleseat?
Definitely. So you can always connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm always looking to connect with people in the space. Also, you can contact me on my email. That's sarah.brooks, that's BROOKS, at tripleseat.com. You can also contact me via mobile on my work mobile, which is 0779 111 4390. Or alternatively, you can book a demo direct via the Tripleseat UK platform as well. And one of our Tripleseat reps will be in touch. Or you can just have live access to our calendars and book in your own demo as well. There, we can keep them very high level, depending on how much time you have, or we can get more in depth. It's completely up to you. But if you want to, there's no obligation with a demo. It's just more for you to explore the platform and for us to answer any questions you might have.
Perfect. And that's why we do this, right? We try and shorten the buying process to make sure that actually that the operators can see a bit more of the product before they get in touch. I think we've answered that question. Have we done? Yeah, Tripleseat mobile. We've done that one. So perfect. Great. Look, thanks very much for coming on. We will be in touch soon, and we're hosting an event with you guys soon. I think this will go up before the event, so hopefully people will watch this and come along and meet you guys in person.
Sure, absolutely. I'd be happy to speak to everyone, even if they're not sure if they need a platform like this and they want to, explore options. We're set up for those single venues or those large groups as well. So by all means, I'd really encourage you to set up a demo and find out some more information on Tripleseat.
Perfect. Well, that was Sarah, everybody, from Tripleseat. Thanks, Sarah. You can go back to your day, and we shall see you all next time.